Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Live Dive, and thanks for all of you that came out last night to our Wednesday night class talking about engage, how to really evangelize in our culture today. But of course, now we're going to be giving a little bit of a preview of what we'll be learning in Sunday school this coming Sunday at 10 a.m. Upstairs in the gym mezzanine where we have our Wednesday night class as well, on the campus of the First Free Will Baptist Church of Tampa, which, by the way, we will have free donuts, as we do every week. Before we do all of that, though, I got a few announcements for you. If you remember from Tuesday's live dive, we finally have details nailed down about our mission trip coming up this summer. Instead of going to St. Croix, which is where we originally were planning on going, we'll actually be heading to the country of Jamaica. We'll be flying out on Sunday, July 1st, and we will be coming back on Friday, July 6th. Jamaica is a beautiful country, but it has a lot of people that are broken, that are in need of help, especially medical help. And so this is an opportunity for us to really meet their physical need as well as meeting their spiritual need. So this is a great opportunity for you and I to be the hands and feet of Jesus and to carry out the Great Commission. Let me know, or Brett and Angie Frazier know, if you are interested in going. Please show up for this. This is an awesome opportunity for you guys, and we will have fundraisers, so it won't be quite so expensive for you guys. Also, remember, I've been talking about it, I've been hammering it. I'm going to hammer it for probably a couple more months. But remember the Passion 19 conference coming up in January, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It will be in Atlanta. The ticket is $139, and of course, you need to also bring money for food. But this is just an amazing event for 18 to 25-year-olds, your age group. It's perfect for you guys. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I think, for many of you to be able to come. We will have fundraisers to whittle down the cost, but the hotel will already be paid for, and that's not something we're going to have probably in the following years to come, in the coming years to come that where we'll have the hotel paid for. That probably won't be the case. So this is a one-time opportunity where all you have to worry about is paying for the event itself and money for food. Also, be sure to vote on our bridge poll that we have up on Twitter and Facebook. We'll be meeting for either lunch or dinner on Sunday, March 11th. All you need to vote for is when do you want to go? Do you want to go eat out after the morning service or after the evening service? I'll leave that up to you guys. Be sure to vote for that. Voting ends tomorrow night, I believe. So we are now entering a new month. During the month of February, we've talked about marriage and family, but this month I'm kind of excited to talk about a very important topic, and we'll be talking about this throughout the month, and that is simply this: justification. And we'll be specifically studying that throughout the book of Galatians. But this week we're going to be talking about there can only be one. There can only be one. Now, what we're talking about here is that there is only one way to heaven. There is only one way to live, and that is through Jesus Christ. He is the only way to heaven. Now, you've heard this before. You've heard that numerous times, but there's a reason why we're going to be going over it tonight. It's because it's going to be a great kickstart to what we'll be talking about on Sunday and throughout this month. And going back to this idea of Jesus Christ being the only way, I know the world is going to tell us, well, you're being closed-minded. I've even been told that I'm silly for believing that Jesus is the only way, that that's arrogant. But here's the thing. Here's the thing you need to remind the people of the world is that, hey, you know what? If you're going to call me closed-minded, you need to call Jesus Christ himself closed-minded, because he's the one that said it. In John chapter 14, verse 6, he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Now, there's a reason why I wanted to start off with that verse, because we're actually going to be focusing on the book of Galatians, which is a letter written by the Apostle Paul to the church in Galatia, obviously. But there was a problem in Galatia that Paul wanted to address in his letter. And it was this: apparently, the Galatians were not necessarily relying only on the gospel of Jesus Christ when it comes to salvation. In the first chapter of Galatians, when you look at Galatians chapter 1, verse 6, Paul mentions this. This is what he says. I marveled that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel. And Paul is saying, listen, I'm kind of in disbelief. I invested all this time into you guys to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ, and you're already looking that there may be other ways to heaven, but there isn't. And so Paul spends a lot of significant time in his letter just, stressing the importance of knowing that Jesus Christ is the only way and that we are justified only through faith in Jesus Christ. Again, you've heard this numerous times in your life, and you may already be wanting to turn the devotional off because you've heard this. But I wanted to keep that in your brain before we start our Sunday school class this coming Sunday, because we're going to continue to talk about that important topic of Jesus being the only way and how Paul was stressing that to the Galatian church. And remember, as you talk to people about this, when people say, well, you're being closed-minded with your religious beliefs, remind them that Christ himself said that he was the only way, that he is the only truth, he is the only life. Nobody can go to God. Nobody can go to heaven except through him. And that is a truth I want to stress to you today, and that was a truth that even Paul had to stress way back in the day when the Christian church first started. Anyway, thank you so much for listening and watching tonight. Be sure to tune in next week for our other live dives, but also come on out to Sunday school on Sunday, 10 a.m. upstairs in the gym mezzanine at the First Free Will Baptist Church of Tampa. We will have free donuts, as I said, from Hole-in-One Donuts, which is, oh my goodness, those are the best donuts in the world. So be sure to come on out, at least for a free donut, and you'll learn a little bit something about justification. But until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday.